settling into a position that feels fully supported, perhaps seated comfortably with your back straight yet relaxed, or lying down with the body fully cradled. Notice the points of contact with the surface beneath you, the gentle pressure of your weight, the feeling of support beneath your body. And as you arrive in this moment, allow your mind to settle, allowing awareness to expand, noticing the rhythm of your breath, inhaling calmly, exhaling slowly, each breath a gentle invitation to presence, to observation, to intentional focus. Bring attention now to the body, noticing subtle sensations, areas of tension or softness, the rise and fall of the chest, the gentle expansion of the abdomen. And as you observe, allow a sense of calm and readiness to arise, a sense that the body and mind are aligned, grounded, and capable of intentional action. Noticing that self-control is not a struggle, but a natural capacity of awareness, something that can be strengthened gently, steadily, and reliably. Now bring to mind the concept of self-control, the ability to pause, to observe impulses, to respond intentionally rather than react automatically. Noticing how this ability has already been present in your life, perhaps in moments when you resisted a habit, paused before responding, or made a deliberate choice. And as you observe, allow yourself to recognize the existing strength within you, a strength that can grow, expand, and become more accessible with each moment of practice. Shift attention to the breath, noticing its natural rhythm. And as you inhale, imagine drawing in focus, clarity, and strength. And as you exhale, imagine releasing distraction, impulsivity, and tension. Each breath reinforcing the connection between mind and body, each pause between inhalation and exhalation, creating a space for observation and intentional choice. Noticing how breath itself can support self-control, a rhythm that guides awareness, a rhythm that empowers deliberate action. Focus now on the mind, noticing thoughts and impulses that arise naturally, perhaps urges, distractions, or habitual responses. And as you observe, imagine labeling them gently: impulse, urge, thought, noticing the separation between the impulse and the response, observing that the power to choose exists in the space between the signal and the action, that each observation strengthens this space, making it wider, calmer, more accessible. Shift attention to visualization. Imagine a scenario where an impulse might arise, perhaps a habitual action, a craving, or an automatic response. And as you visualize, notice the first sensation, the first thought, the first urge, and now imagine pausing, observing fully, labeling internally, noticing the body's response and breathing. And as awareness enters this moment, imagine the ability to respond intentionally emerging naturally, calmly, effortlessly. Bring attention to subtle body signals, noticing tension, energy, or restlessness associated with impulses. And as you observe, imagine sending breath into these areas, softening them, releasing unnecessary tension, and reinforcing calm presence. Noticing that by meeting impulses with awareness, the body and mind learn a new rhythm, a rhythm where urges are observed, choices are deliberate, and self-control becomes strengthened through practice. Focus now on the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's natural capacity to pause, each observation, each intentional choice is reinforcing neural pathways that support awareness, self-regulation, and deliberate action. Noticing how these pathways expand with each mindful exercise, embedding self-control into your nervous system naturally. Shift attention to emotional observation, noticing feelings that arise alongside impulses, perhaps frustration, excitement, anticipation, or anxiety. And as you observe, imagine meeting these emotions with curiosity and calm, noticing that emotions do not require automatic reaction, that by observing them fully, without judgment or suppression, you reinforce the capacity to choose, and that each observed emotion strengthens resilience, focus, and self-regulation. Bring awareness to habitual patterns, noticing sequences of thought, sensation, and action that often accompany impulses. And as you observe, imagine gently interrupting these sequences, inserting awareness, pausing before action, labeling, observing, and responding intentionally. Noticing how this process gradually rewires automatic behavior, creating new pathways of deliberate choice, strengthened focus, and empowered self-control. Shift attention to integration, noticing how breath, body awareness, emotional observation, labeling, and visualization converge, forming a coherent system that supports willpower. And as you observe, imagine this integration spreading naturally into daily life, guiding actions, decisions, and responses, reinforcing calm presence, deliberate choice, and confident self-regulation at every moment. Focus on reinforcement of small successes, noticing each moment when awareness guided choice, when a pause allowed intentional action, when self-control was exercised. And as you observe, imagine these moments reinforcing strength, embedding confidence, calm, and resilience into the nervous system. Noticing the satisfaction that comes from deliberate action, from mindful observation, from exercising self-control. Bring attention now to future visualization, imagining upcoming situations where impulses might arise, noticing cues, urges, and emotional signals. And as you visualize, imagine responding with awareness, labeling internally, pausing, and choosing intentionally, noticing the ease and clarity that arise when deliberate action replaces automatic reaction, observing how each intentional choice reinforces confidence, self-trust, and a natural sense of control. Shift focus to the body's alignment with willpower, noticing how the posture, breath, and internal awareness support intentional action. And as you observe, imagine energy flowing smoothly through the body, attention guiding action, impulses transforming into deliberate, purposeful responses, noticing that the body, mind, and nervous system are working together in harmony to support self-control naturally, steadily, reliably. Focus now on cultivating patience and persistence, noticing that strengthening self-control is a gradual process. And as you observe, imagine each moment of practice adding to cumulative growth. Each pause, each observation, each deliberate choice reinforcing skill. And noticing that with patience, self-control becomes integrated, embedded, and automatic in its presence. A natural companion in every action, decision, and moment. Bring attention to sensory awareness, noticing sights, sounds, textures, and social cues that may trigger impulses. And as you observe, imagine using these cues as reminders to pause, breathe, and respond intentionally. Noticing how attention transforms potential triggers into opportunities for reinforcement, opportunities to practice self-control, reinforce neural pathways, and strengthen deliberate action. Shift focus to emotional and cognitive flexibility, noticing the mind's ability to adapt, shift, and respond in new ways. And as you observe, imagine choosing responses with awareness, curiosity, and intention, noticing how self-control supports flexibility, enabling thoughtful, deliberate action in the face of impulses, stressors, or habitual reactions, reinforcing calm, clarity, and confidence in each moment. Bring awareness now to integration with daily life, noticing how mindfulness, observation, breath, labeling, visualization, and emotional regulation converge, forming a coherent system of self-control. And as you observe, imagine this system operating naturally throughout the day, guiding decisions, responses, and interactions, reinforcing awareness, willpower, and deliberate action, creating confidence, balance, and calm in all activities. Shift attention to accomplishment, noticing each moment when self-control was exercised, each pause that allowed observation, each deliberate choice that reinforced neural pathways. And as you observe, imagine these moments embedding deeply into the nervous system, pathways of awareness, resilience, and confidence strengthened with each repetition, creating a natural, reliable capacity for self-control that grows stronger with practice. Focus on self-trust, noticing the growing confidence in your ability to pause, observe, and choose intentionally. And as you observe, imagine this self-trust reinforcing calm presence, supporting consistent, deliberate, and mindful action. Noticing satisfaction arising from your capacity to exercise willpower effortlessly, naturally, reliably. Now rest in a state of integration, noticing the alignment of body, mind, and nervous system, awareness guiding action, impulses observed without reaction, emotions present without control, choices deliberate and intentional. And as you rest here, imagine this alignment strengthening with each breath, embedding skill, calm, and self-control into your daily life. Finally, allow yourself to rest fully in this awareness, noticing the natural rhythm of the body, the clarity of the mind, the steadiness of emotions, feeling anchored, capable, and aligned, knowing that self-control is always available, that impulses can be observed and managed intentionally, that awareness, patience, and practice reinforce your natural capacity for deliberate choice, noticing calm, confidence, and strength emerging as a natural, integrated part of your being.